I'm sure you've always heard someone say, or even yourself, be like, I have this goal, or I wish this super awesome thing would happen for me. But how often do you see people or yourself going out and having those goals become a reality, or those wishes manifesting into, exactly what they wished for? It's Goals are more than just a wish. A wish is not a goal. I remember being back in high school, trying to, getting ready to go to college and take like the next, start to get ready to explore the next chapter in my life. And I remember being so not stressed out, but so unsure of what I wanted to do. I was like, man, I really wish I could, get into this college, or I wish I could get this scholarship. I want to do this, this major. I want to major in this subject, but it's a lot of work. So, that's my I'd like to put in the work and make this, my goal a reality. But it wasn't a wish, because, like I said, there's a difference. So, a wish is something that it's like I think I don't want to like like that like you wish upon a star, or like that 11:11 kind of thing. I don't know much about that, but that's just an example, right? You wish. So for example, I wished to get into this top tier school, right? But my goal was to uh get the necessary test scores and curriculum achievements to get into that school, that university I wanted to go to. So how did I get there? I was always an advocate of, if I have a wish, I didn't believe in wishes really. I started to learn that, like I said. I think a wish is more like a fairy tale kind of thing, and a wish is something that just isn't real, but is something that you're not putting in the work to achieve. So what I did in high school to, as I was working out, trying to, apply for these different colleges, the I had to do a little bit of extra tests and steps for the schools and programs I wanted to get into. So that meant, putting in the work, setting goals, celebrating milestones. So what I would do was I would write down these goals. So my end goal was get into said school. But in order to do that, I had to get the test scores, which means I had to study. I had to, do these projects and everything. So it was all a tier, right? Slowly, making my way down the path to reach one goal, to progress to the next one, if that makes sense. So what I would do is I would write down each goal, like goal, get into said university, and I would write it on my wall on a sticky note, and I slap it on my wall. And then below it, I'd have, in order to get there, I have to, earn X amount in scholarships. In order to do that, I had to get X grades on all of these exams, SAT and all that stuff. So I would write it down, and I believe that was manifesting, taking a wish. I wish to get into this school and physically manifesting it into something achievable. Something physical, something that's actually obtainable. And the problem with, achieving goals is that it takes a lot of dedication and a lot of motivation. For me, I'm a very easily motivated person, self-motivated. So, wanting to go out and, it's hard to get into the school. I'm willing to do the work because I want that, more than anyone else. I think wishes is just kind of where you just, like I said, you lack the intention and the determination to take your goal and manifest it into something real. I am not good at talking and playing a game. I'm so sorry. Let's figure out what we got going on here. This is an awesome spot. Do like a little island base and have like bridges going out to all the separate little islands around here. This is just a random spawn. This is awesome. Let's go get some stone in the meantime. But hey, at this point, I hope you're having a great day. I'm gonna listen back to this just for myself, just to motivate myself, because I'm going through some, some crossroads right now, not knowing where I want to go, what I want to do. So I think that when so step one, whenever someone's telling me, or like one of my friends or one of my students would be like, "Hey, I want to do this." I'm like, "Great, what are you doing to get there?" "Well, I don't know. I'm doing this," and I'm like, "Write it down." It's the easiest way to start actually doing the work and get yourself to where you say you want to go. I don't like it over here. And when you write it down, be specific. It doesn't have to be, you know, like I said, I would do sticky notes and just slap them on my wall above my bed, so that each night when I went to bed, I would like look at it and be like, did I do anything to meet this next goal, or progress farther down the road. I probably sound like a crazy person doing that, but like I said, I'm a very motivated person. When I find something and figure out something that I want to do, I go after it with 100% with my everything I got. Because I feel like that's the only way to be fair to myself and not cut myself short. So I think if you were to write something down, a goal that is obtainable, be specific. So like I said, like for example, a lot of people go into colleges and having to do the SAT and all that good stuff. Um, for example, that was like the one of the hardest things for me, because I was such an awful test taker in high school, just so nervous. I was smart. I think I was a very smart individual in high school, and I had the potential to do very well, but just I was an awful test taker. I had a lot of just distractions going on in my head, and I think that's kind of what helped me, where I set myself short. So writing down these goals, do the study plan, make an action plan, and follow through with it. That was accomplishing one goal. Um, and the goals should be measurable. You know, it's not like, oh, did I do it? Did I think I did it. No, it's like yes or no. Did you meet your goal, and are you able to move on to the next step to further progressing towards your main goal? I'd say it's a journey. It's like it's a storyline. This is cool over here. So, and then just making sure that your goal is realistic. So like I said, just for the instance of getting into a university or landing that job and stuff, doing all the you know getting all the experience you need. So like I said, for the example I used, was I was super bad at taking the SAT in high school. It really set me not behind, but it was a really hard obstacle for me to overcome to get the necessary score I wanted, because I was just such a bad test taker. So I created the action plan and I made a timeline, and just making sure it's relevant and I'm following through with my goal at the end of the day to meet my end goal of getting into said university that I would like to get into. Um, I did eventually end up getting the test score I needed, because I wanted a scholarship to get to this university, because the university I wanted to go to was pretty expensive, and out of state tuition. If you know anything about that, it can add up real quick. um, so I think something that helped me was just always having my eye on the prize. I took a tour of the college. I had the like merchandise and stuff that I would wear around, and it helped motivated me. It helped keep my eye on the prize. I was like, I wear this shirt. I'm proud of it, because I will go to this school. I want to be there. Um, and I think something that's super important is like reviewing your progress and then celebrating the little milestones. So, taking the test scores or practicing for a job interview and stuff. Like I would study nonstop. All my weekends, all my free time went to studying and rehearsing and practicing for all of the exams I had to do and all that stuff. I was originally going to school to be a music teacher, so I had a lot of auditions and just material I had to learn. And after I accomplished one of those things, like let's say I finished studying for the day, or I was like getting ready for my next audition or whatever, I would celebrate my little progress to keep me motivated. That way I'm not just grinding away until grinding myself to death over this. Um, Even now, I'm always been a firm believer, like at work, uh, celebrating the little victories. It's what gets you and your team through the end of the day, which is just so important. This is unbelievably breathtaking as well. Let's take a minute to just to look at this. How do I do this? This one? There we go. See, like right now, I'm taking a second to celebrate the little victories. I'm wanting to push myself to do something new. I could confidently say right now, as I'm meeting new people, I just finished school in December, so I'm meeting people out in the real world, being away from classmates, kids I had, kids that I went to school with, stuff like that, meeting new people every day and stuff. It can wear on you. So taking the time right now to push myself and figure out a hobby. My point was meeting all these new people. They ask, what are you into? What are your hobbies? I confidently say every time I'm not into anything because I never gave myself the free time. And now that I am, I'm trying. So I'm trying something to make a hobby out of something that I enjoy, which is I like playing games and I like helping people, making a difference in someone's day. So that's all I'm trying to do here. And, as I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone to do this, talking, I'm celebrating the little victories and taking in this wonderful, sunset and twilight. Because this looks awesome. I just upgraded my computer. So the little victory is being able to play this on my, custom computer that I built. That is awesome. So I hope at some point all of this made sense to you. I'm not good with words. I try to be. But I really believe that if you are actively creating goals and not just wishing for something to happen, you're doing the necessary action and steps to meet whatever goal and wish you desire, that you will get there. It will happen. And the big thing is just being patient. A lot of people nowadays want to see results. The social media is such unrealistic. Well, it's cool being able to see what you can do out there, like what someone else is doing. Like, I want to do what they're doing, but they make it seem so unrealistic, and it can be frustrating. It can definitely be demotivating. So, like I said, just write everything down, and then I promise, if you just try one thing, like you have a test coming up and you want to study for it and you want to get like an A or something, or B, like I just want to scrape by, I need to get this score so I don't fail the class, write it down, put it on the wall, and then, or you don't have to put it on your wall, but write it down, and then below it be like, what do you have to do to get there? Study. How many times do you need to study in order to be prepared for it? Once a day. How long? 30 minutes. What are you going to do after the 30 minutes you finish studying? Like if you set a timer, you studied for not a second less than 30 minutes and not a second more than 30 minutes. It was strict, actual studying, no distractions. What are you going to do? Celebrate the little victories. Reward yourself. Go play a game for a little bit. Go hang out with your friends. Go shoot some hoops outside. Do something that you enjoy, whatever it may be. And I really hope that if you take the time to do that and you try it, let me know if it works for you, and you might see a difference. But yeah, thanks for listening to my rambling nonsense. I hope this helps and that it inspires at least one person. That's it. And at the end of the day, I'm just doing this for myself to motivate myself when I'm feeling like I'm not getting to where I want to be, and sticking to my roots and my own discipline. And at the end of the day, I know I'm gonna get through it. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great day, great night, and you can do this.